going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. Before we begin, just want to let you know that the long-awaited next episode of the Outlast 2 playthrough is on the second channel. Settle down. What is this shaking? Wasting all my batteries on this. What is supposed to be happening here? Look at that. That's the most terrifying part of this entire thing. Someone has a final exam at 7:25 in the morning. Oof. So if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and check that out. It's going to be some more diverse games played there. We're just on a horror binge right now because I've never played horror games before, so it's a new interesting experience. But I think after all these horror games, I'm probably going to play something like Minecraft just to get over all the spookiness. In terms of today's video, I wanted to revisit a beloved character that we all really liked when he came out, and that's Kaioken Goku. It feels like every new week they release a new blue unit that does just a better job of being a blue unit than the previous guy. Like, Kaioken Goku was awesome for a while, then he got replaced. Like, even the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, it feels like this Legends Limited Goku completely overrode him as a better blue unit.
Know your place, trash!
But I still think he's awesome, and considering I got like 7 twinkly boys on this guy because I kept pulling him from the damn Namek Saga banner, I decided why not go ahead and showcase the dude, see what he's like. Can he still fit up to the meta? Can he still go toe to toe with some of these beasts that are going around? So that's what today's video is going to be on. Now enough about that, let's jump into some PvP. Alright, here's the first match of the video going up against this Super Saiyan team. He's got the number 1 and number 2 best units in the game on one team. Not to mention he has Bardock there buffing him up with crits, so it's going to be a pretty crazy team to go against. Now I was pretty worried he was going to bring the GT Goku because for whatever reason, but I was thinking if I start out the Kaioken Goku here, then you know, I'm sure he'll be okay. I'm sure he's still pretty good. We'll see what he's capable of doing, this guy here. It's such an interesting shot right there. Get a little bit of dodge going around there. Now, man, I've had to switch up my fighting style a little bit here. So, I mean, lag in the game is gonna be there no matter what. Like, I don't think dedicated servers are gonna come at any time soon. So, if I can't do anything, if they're not gonna do anything about it, then naturally I have to adapt to it. So I've been changing up my playstyle a little bit, and I've just been extending the gap between me and my opponents now, just so that I can I have more time to react, because I can't. Every time I face a laggy match, my opponent seems to just successfully pull off tons of perfect vanishes. It happens all the time, so the only way for me to be able to come back from this is to have extended range between them, so it gives less of a chance for them to get a perfect vanish, and it gives me more time to react to what they're doing, because I don't know, it's getting rather frustrating. It eventually becomes a little too much to deal with, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure everyone's patience is run thin at this point, so going back to the match, we finally get a Rising Rush going. Now, it didn't matter who we were gonna Rising Rush so long as we got somebody out of the way, and I have no complaints with getting rid of Bardock. Because he's running a Super Saiyan team, if we eliminate Bardock, he loses a significant amount of damage on his team, which is actually quite good for us. But like, in terms of fighting style, I've had to like slow down the pace a little bit, because naturally I like to play pretty aggressive. I like to go up in their face, constantly be attacking. I'm always initiating, stuff like that, but I don't know, with the way that the game is sort of going, with the lag and stuff, it's not, you're at a huge disadvantage. It almost feels like the game is punishing you for playing aggressive. It seems to favor people that play it slow and stuff like that, so I've had to slow down my fighting style a little bit. You'll notice that I'm always trying to back up from my opponent, just to buy myself time. So that's what I've been doing lately, and I guess it's been working. It's not too bad. Although, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll notice that I do vent my frustrations there. So there's a random plug. Follow me on Twitter. Get a nice little perfect vanish there. Finally get to take out the Vegito. But that doesn't mean that it's an easy win here, considering this Goku is actually strongest when he's the last guy left. He's quite frightening. All that health that he got back, all the blue cards that he probably has in his deck. He still hasn't even popped his main ability, so I have to be careful. But at this point, it's not too difficult countering these units. If you know what you're doing, it's very easy to deal with this Goku now. All you gotta do is either bait it out or just shoulder tackle them. You gotta find a way to do it. Now, I'm not sure why he decided to throw out the Kaioken Goku. It would have been better for him to keep him in, but I mean, if that's what he wanted. Pop the main ability so that I have type neutrality. Try to do a charge set, but I failed. And I was thinking with all the blast cards that I've gone through, I would do enough damage to take out this Goku, especially considering we're type neutral. But man, this guy's such a tanky fiend. I know we're not the last guy, so that makes sense. Just gonna go in for the shoulder tackle again because he has nothing else that he can do. He already has used his vanish or whatever, so the only thing I can do is, the only thing he can do is probably rely on his blue card. So going in for the shoulder tackle is the safest thing. Here's the next match of the video, going up against LOE. The most frightening team to deal with, especially with these guys here, especially with Kaioken Goku, because that Golden Frieza would tear him up. Oh man, it's so difficult dealing with LOE teams, especially when it's laggy. So difficult, especially when people start out with the blue cooler here. He's so difficult to deal with because people really rely on his blast armor, and if he gets his blast armor, oof. Waited there a little bit just to get some ki. Now I'm thinking I'm in a bit of a sticky situation considering I need to be able to swap out to somebody else. I'm confident that this guy has his Golden Frieza on standby, so swap out to the Goten, take some of the damage. Look at that, even with him being at a type disadvantage, he can still do some crazy damage. Yeah, it's not looking good for us. Catch him in the sidestep there. I've learned to be more patient because I guess you have no choice but to be patient with all these laggy matches, really. Brings in the yellow Frieza. This guy is such a pain to deal with. Oh my god. But I guess it's okay. I mean, it's exactly what the LOE team needed. They needed someone that could help tank. They needed, I mean, everyone else was picking up the slack in terms of damage. They needed somebody that could, you know, take the damage. They can dish it, but now they finally have someone that can take it. Comes in with his blue card. Look at that damage, still really good. Get a lot of clashes there. Try to get him with a shoulder tackle to bait the vanish. I was hoping I could rise and rush into him because he just swapped out of the yellow Frieza, but that didn't work out. Came in with a strike card. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but isn't strike cards behave a little strange for some reason. There are a lot of instances where me and my opponent will be at a far distance away from one another, and if I go in with a strike cancel in the hopes of, you know, baiting them out, it doesn't work. The strike goes all the way and my opponent vanishes and I'm stuck in the animation, and it's a little confusing. I'm like, what? Why is this happening? Very strange, I'm not sure why. Baited out his vanish there. Learned that from Riku. I feel like Riku's technique of, you know, baiting out people's vanishes by charging a little bit and then shoulder tackling is so ideal for what's going on right now. Everyone, whenever there's a vanish, is prepared to do a tap attack and shut you out. But Riku's method of baiting out their vanish is so smart. It's very, very clever. So I figured I'm going to do that from now on. Try to do that as well. It's hard to pull off, but I'm going to learn to do that because it's just a smart way of getting rid of your opponent's vanish. Such a smart thing to integrate in your fighting. So I'm going to do that from now on. I feel like it's a smart way going forward because everyone's starting to catch up and is able to do the, you know, just a regular tap attack. Now I didn't want to go all the way and rise and rush the dude. I'm saving that for the Golden Frieza. But what I do know is I'm going to wait for Goten to take him out with his ultimate ability because we still have his, he still gets rid of endurance. Saving a vanish for when he has a rising rush because I know it's coming. Get the vanish out of the way. See, this is what I mean. Just everyone's prepared to do a tap attack. It's rather frustrating. But he has no vanish, and he has no one to swap out to. And even if he had a blue card, we were way too close. So Gohan got to take care of him. Was hoping I could juke his second attack, but it seems like he got us right there. Yeah, see, tap attack again, rather frustrating. Switching to the Gohan. I have 4 strike cards, and I have to dump them. Now, if he has a Rising Rush, I'm prepared for it. Out of everyone to lose, I don't... Really, I saved it to... I wouldn't mind if Goten got hit, because as long as I had type advantage, but honestly, this situation works better for me, because just going to wither him down, pop the main ability, and then get rid of his endurance. I feel like a lot of people have forgotten that Goten does that, because most people like to leave when you get a legendary finish, but for Goten, people just stay. I guess it's because they forget. That's an appropriate finish for that guy. Pain in the butt. Then here's the third and final match of the video, going up against another Sun family team. I like facing Sun family teams. Out of all the teams, I think he's my favorite to deal with. Like, I don't know. I'm not too fond of dealing with enemies with second life and whatnot. I don't know. I just find it annoying to deal with. But you know, when you have to deal with a Goku that has you know, his countering, I think it's a little bit easier to play around. At least for me. I'm just not particularly fond of dealing with second life. Do some decent damage with the Gohan, even though we are at a type disadvantage here. Not too bad. Gonna back up again. Wait for the side step. There it is. See, I'm always gonna be backing up just to reduce the possibility of my opponent getting me with either a shoulder tackle and give me more time to vanish. Now I popped the green card and then went Kaioken because I didn't want to go to 3 times Kaioken just because I didn't want the blue card to transform. I needed it to be a ranged ability, and because we caught him with the blast card, I figured I may as well Rising Rush him here. So because we have a blue card, we can do more than enough damage to take care of him. It's a good thing I didn't choose it. I was tempted to choose it, but worked out in the end for us. Now there goes his green unit, so now we can use Kaioken Goku with less worry. Do a little tap attack in case he goes again. Swap out to the Gohan here. Even though we're at a type disadvantage, I guess he forgot that you can't use it that easily, so I guess that works in my favor rather. Now I'm keeping the Gohan in just because I want to be able to have, I'm trying to play around with all the people on the bench. I want to be able to constantly vanish out to somebody if need be. That's another thing that I've been working on, just paying more attention to that. Now I gotta be careful here. He has 2 last stand units, and now that he Rising Rushed my Goten, like out of everyone to get Rising Rushed, I didn't mind Goten getting hit by it just because I'm trying to show off the Kaioken Goku, and the Gohan is my last stand unit, so out of everyone, I don't mind Goten getting wiped out here. He already used his main ability as well. Hit the Vanish there. Now, honestly, Kaioken Goku, like I have the dude at 7 stars, but damage is not quite there, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like he aged well. But another part of the problem is poor guy doesn't have that much in terms of additional damage dealing, you know, self buffs and stuff, the most important thing. Now, I'm going to attribute surviving this to the equipment that I got, because a lot of you guys pointed out that I should do the equipment awakening for Gohan, and after doing the Ultra Space Time Rush stuff, I had more than enough Rush medals to go and buy them, and that's what I went ahead and did here. So I got myself a, I don't know if it was rank A or rank S equipment for this, but I got one of those, and I attribute his proper survival as well as his, you know, his defenses and health restoration to that. And he wanted to go in for a shoulder tackle, but I'm just going to finish it out here with a legendary finish, an appropriate finish here. Just to commemorate, you know, Dokkan announcing his 300 million download celebration. Super excited about that. All those super attacks look friggin' awesome. I wonder if you guys are looking forward to that stuff as well. But anyways, that's the third and final match of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.